So it's the 1st of August. Outside, the wind is howling and the rain is lashing down. Yeah, it's barbecue season. Well, at least that's what the UK Meteorological Office told us but a few short months ago when they predicted that this time we'd all be sitting outside basking in the warmth, that beautiful warmth that only comes with global warming. Of course, it hasn't worked out like that, and yet again, the UK Met Office has proven itself absolutely useless when it comes to accurately predicting what the weather is going to be like. And yet, these are the same folks who, with their 100-year predictions, were able to authoritatively tell us what we're going to be facing come the end of the century, when in actual fact they can't tell us what it's going to be like come the end of next week. And I think this is a major problem we face because it means that we really can't take the words of these kind of organisations in any way seriously. It seems to me that they play along with the government agenda, which ultimately comes down to finding ways to tax us more and to punish us if we don't go along with the green agenda. Now look, take it from me. I'm as green as the next guy. Um, well, maybe not just quite as green as the next guy, but for example, next week here, I'm having solar panels fitted on the roof of my house. Why am I doing this? Simple, to save me money. I believe that it will provide a useful backup to the conventional heating we have, which is oil-based, and therefore the profit motive makes me want to find ways to retain my cash. And if I can do that through an investment in solar, then great. And that's how I think it should be. I think governments should be incentivizing companies using profit to come up with smarter tech and better ways in which they can provide us with solutions for the various energy and other problems that we have to deal with in our daily lives. The whole punitive approach which the government takes, however, is wrong and constantly beating us over the head with the fact that we're not recycling enough and we're not doing A, B, C, D to conform to the eco agenda just doesn't motivate people in the right way. I wish the government would see sense in this, but I suspect I'll be waiting some time for that to happen. Second topic, gay marriage. Yes, it's the shocking topic which set Tangled Web ablaze just recently. So what I wanted to do was just explain to you my own views on the whole kind of gay marriage issue. Well, first of all, I believe it is essentially oxymoronic. There's no such thing as gay marriage. And it is, as the clip from the life of Brian I put up hopefully indicated to you, it's a contradiction in terms. It's a bit like Reg from Life of Brian wanting to have babies even though he's a man, but it's his right. So if gay people want to get married because they think it's their right, they're perfectly welcome to think that. It's just that it shouldn't be in any way institutionalized by any religion, nor indeed by any state. And the reason for this is that the union, that marriage, which is, whether we like it or not, folks, the union of one man and one woman, provides the very best basis for both stable relationships and, of course, for that most important thing of all, for the bringing up of a family. Now, I know relationships don't work out, and I recognize that increasingly that's part of modern life. I think it's sad that it's so easy for people to have what could be called disposable marriages. Um, you have to work at marriage, and it's not easy, but I believe it's certainly worthwhile. But in this disposable age, maybe disposable marriages are just part of what accompanies our modern enlightened way of life. But getting back onto the gay issue, I don't have any issues with gay people whatsoever. They can do whatever they want, just like straight people, so long as they do it in the privacy of their own homes, um, and they don't frighten the horses, so to speak. What people do in public is a different matter. And just as I wouldn't approve of heterosexual people getting up to overt displays of their sexuality in public, neither do I think that some of the gay pride parades, for example, do much for gay people. I think some of the acts that we've seen and some of the just some of the garishness and vulgarity of it must be demeaning for some, at least some sensible gay people out there who probably want to just get on with their lives without dragging it through the main streets. I noticed some of the ATW more Republican orientated commentariat did seek to compare Orange Order parades, that is, with gay pride parades. Now, I'm not sure what kind of Orange Order parades they've been to, but I suspect if they've seen some of the things that go on at gay pride parades happening at Orange Order parades, give Robert Salters a call, would you? Because I think there would be some disciplinary action probably required. And then finally, to talk about I guess, the thing that affects us all, whether you're watching this in the States or in Ireland or UK, wherever, and that's the state of the economy. Now we're still in the doldrums, folks, and the notion that there are green shoots of recovery being spotted is fantasy being spun by politically orientated media and politicians. I wish it wasn't so, but you just have to walk down the local high street in my local town, and I guess possibly the same applies to you, to see shops closing that have perhaps been there for such a long time. And it's almost resembling tumbleweed time in certain towns where there's several adjacent stores all sitting empty, the businesses having gone. So the idea that there is a likely recovery around the corner is, in my opinion, just wishful thinking. Um, I think that some countries deserve a little bit more respect in terms of how they handle it. And strangely enough, I would take my hat off to the Irish in this regard, insofar as at least some of the committees that they have set up seek to savagely cut back on public sector debt. And that's good and that's necessary. Here in the UK, no chance of that whilst this government is in power. So the necessary slashing of, for example, health budgets, of education budgets, and of course, most of all, of welfare budgets ain't going to happen under Captain Brown. What will therefore result is an even greater and more grotesque public sector debt, which will be inherited by the next Conservative government next June. What this means is that that government, that Conservative government, will then have to actually deal with it in the budget for 2011. The only way it can deal with this is to cut and or raise taxes. Now, I believe that raising taxes is absolutely wrong, and that what a Conservative government should do is to cut taxes. It can only do this if, however, it deals effectively with the public sector. And I wonder, will it do this? Because, for example, the strength of the British trade unions resides within that sector. Surprise, surprise. And so the prospect of teachers on strike and schools closed down, or hospitals on strike and nurses on strike, whatever, that's a daunting prospect for any incoming Conservative Prime Minister. And yet that's exactly what I believe David Cameron will face. Will he have the strength to deal with it? I don't know. At this point in the game, he gives no real impression that he will. Whether time will prove me wrong, we'll have to wait and see. But the thing is, he actually won't have an option. He will have to deal with the burnt earth consequence of the recklessness of this Labour administration. And so as the British economy plunges into the red, and as the debt levels go astronomical, then the question is not whether he will do something, but just when he will do it. In my view, the sooner the better. So it's tough times, but the best way to deal with the problem is to look into it and not try to avoid it. So let's hope that at least next year Britain gets into that situation. That's about it from me on this, as I say, windswept, rain-sodden uh, summer evening. I hope it's nicer wherever you're watching this, and hope you find this interesting. Hope you continue to keep visiting the blog. There'll be more vlogs, thanks to my new super portable netbook, which makes this so much easier for me. And therefore, I will speak with you soon. In the meantime, take care.